Greetings, Cubs. Welcome and welcome back again. It's time to step into the lion's den. So today, I decided I want to do a reading on Youngguk. I want to check on him, see how he's doing, what's going on there, and y'all know the routine. If you're new here, welcome. Join the Cubs. Hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell if you would like to get more readings on favorite celebrities or K-pop idols. If you are already a Cub, consider becoming a Patreon or a member. There I drop loads of readings over there before they ever make it to YouTube, so consider those. And let's go ahead and get into it. The routine is I use my Caroline Mays archetype cards and I do a personality reading for the most dominant personality traits for a idol or celebrity at this time, and then we move on to other stuff, and it could be random, but the last thing I check is the next biggest scandal for celebrities. So, all right, let's see. The biggest, what's going on with Youngguk? That's a lot of cards. I'm gonna actually shuffle and let them come out one by one, or however else they come out. But okay, here we go. See if I can get any more, and if not, I guess I'll just leave it at this. Yeah, it seems like I'll leave it at that. There's still a whole bunch of cards that come out. Alright, we'll go through them all. I'm going to go through them rather quickly as I can. So we have Pioneer. It says compulsive need to keep moving on. So Youngguk seems to be someone who hasn't really given up on his dreams, hasn't really given up on his career, and to his detriment, he continues to push forward. We have Detective. In shadow, it says voyeurism and falsifying information. It's really interesting because it almost seems like an exaggerating type of feel to it. Like things in his mind are a lot worse than they appear to be, like the way he says things as well. And it's almost like, even with this book covering the eye, it's almost like his mind's eye, from the way he sees things that happen around him, they come off far worse than if you were to see them. And he would explain them in a way that was more he would explain them in a way that was more intense than it may have actually seemed, or even vice versa, where he would sort of make things seem actually a lot lighter than, a lot less serious than it actually was. Possibly someone who's used to taking on a burden and feeling like they're responsible for the things that happen to them, so they make things seem like they're not that bad. We have Prince in the light attribute. It says romantic charm and potential for power. So it seems like he's a very soft, kind, romantic type of person. We have Fool in reverse. It says using humor to wound rather than to liberate, denial of your emotional truth. It kind of goes in with this Detective in the reverse. It's like where he'll take something that has happened to him, and I think it is actually downplay it, like it almost wasn't as bad when it was, or not intentionally, but almost like in a way of, you know, something horrible happened to you and you talk about it in a sense, but at the same time you kind of brush it off, like, yeah, but that's in the past, or you know, maybe even though I wouldn't say joke about it, but it's almost like he may not say things are as intense as they were, but I'm pretty sure you see the truth through his music. We have Thief in the lighter attribute. It says sheds light on potential wealth within you that can never be stolen. And I feel like even like I was just saying, you could probably see his true nature within his music. It's like even though if you talk to him, you probably talk to him about these things, he probably will lighten how serious some of these terms are. And I'm not sure. I think they've, all of BAP have spoken about their past with their last entertainment company and how bad it was, but I'm not sure. You guys would have to let me know. but it's almost like at this point he sort of downplays things that's happened to him or continues to happen to him. Maybe because if he has a repeated situation, like if he's in a current situation where he's being treated badly, at this point he may think that it's his fault and it's because of him, or maybe he's doing something wrong, so he'll downplay the what's happening with him. We have engineer in reverse, and this says reliance on mechanistic solutions without regard for emotional consequences. And what I'm actually seeing is intake is sort of like, what I'm seeing with this is that person who pays too much attention to social media, and they may not be on it, but they see things that are going on in the world. Someone who, like, imagine if you're that person who, like, watches too much of the news or watches too much of what's trending, and you know, all of that stuff that he takes in from the internet or other places is really harming him on the inside. We also have Delonte. You know what? I always say that I was going to learn how to pronounce this word, right? And I never did. So let's hold on right quick, because I'm going to figure out how to pronounce this.
Dilettante.
Dilettante. Okay. Okay, so dilettante. We have dilettante in reverse, and this is pretension to much deeper knowledge than you actually possess. Bang Youngguk is someone who actually, you know, he may read a lot and do a lot of things and try to take in as much information as he can, but he's not exactly as intelligent as he wants to be or appear. He's not, no offense, but it's like he doesn't actually know as much as he thinks he knows. And a part of him knows that, but you know, it's almost like he feels like he's done so much work to know enough information that it's almost like annoying for him to find out that maybe he doesn't really know enough. You know what I mean? Like, you work so hard to get to a certain point, and then, you know, somebody asks you something and you're actually stumped. So you just lie or pretend like you know more than you actually do know about it. That's kind of like what's coming off for him. Like almost someone who can just pretend to be like a wise old man, but he's not really that wise. He just knows a little bit of something here and there. Yeah, so that's what we have for Bang Youngguk. He does still have a lot of negative traits that he holds on to. He attaches himself to too much of what's going on, or he takes in too much of it. Even if it's unintentional, he absorbs too much negativity around him. And then he downplays, he can sometimes downplay the effect of what has happened to him. All right, so that was a personality reading. I made it quick because he had a lot of cards. But if you would like to purchase your own personality reading, hit me up at thelionsintarot@yahoo.com and we can get that started with you. All right, so the next thing I want to do is I actually want to pull some of these Archangel Gabriel cards, and I want Archangel Gabriel to tell me about basically, you know, what's going on, like the energy around Bang Youngguk, what's going on with him, just any information at all for Bang Youngguk. Okay. One more. Okay, I think that's all. So we have confidence. Okay, yeah, here it is. Have confidence in your creations. Media. I was gonna say this was music, but it you know, it already did. So it's just like Bang has some music that he hasn't put out, and he's very scared to sort of put out because he's not really sure how it's gonna be received. And so Archangel Gabriel is here talking about that he needs to just generally have confidence in what he's creating. What he's creating is needed. What he's creating is something that, you know, people will enjoy or need to see or consume, whatever it may be. whatever topic it may be about, whatever genre of music it is, it's something that people would like to enjoy. It's something that he can put out to the world and it will be accepted. So he needs to have more confidence and stop scrapping so many songs, stop throwing away so many ideas because he believes nobody is going to listen or pay attention to them. That's what we have, advice from Archangel Gabriel. It says, trust in the power of God's creativity, which is being manifested through you. And as well, it says you can reach more people by working with video, audio, print, and online media. So, yeah. All right. So, next, I'm just going to use my visions of life and see what's going on around him. And then try to pinpoint... because Bang Youngguk to me has already been through a lot, I almost don't want to see what the next biggest scandal he has going on for him will be, but we're going to go ahead and get into his business. This is my Visions of Life Tarot, and we're going to see what's around Bang Youngguk right now, what he has going on, and what will we see? What will we be seeing from him? What's going on with Bang Youngguk? Energies on him. Tell me about that. Look. Oh my god, that card just like creeped out of my hand. That was weird. Okay. It seems like he seems to be, I would like to say he's financially stable. He's still not as smart as he wants himself to be. I feel like he's been doing a lot of learning and still has not learned enough. Or it's like Bang Youngguk may be a type of person that like tries to learn a lot of things and has the wrong sources. Like goes to checks out the wrong things. Like he wants to know answers to things and asks the wrong people to give him answers, or just like it's weird, but it's almost like his learning patterns are backwards. His learning patterns are backwards. Okay. Okay, so it's like, okay, so he's not searching for, he's actually not searching for or looking for a public achievements. He doesn't care about how the public views him or what they want from him. But he's still very overly critical of his own work. So he doesn't really, his point is to not be, he's not sitting there with the intentions, I want to be a big pop star, big star. I don't care if he says it. He's not, that's not what he actually looks for, because he's too scared of the public opinion. He's very scared of what people are going to say to him, how people are going to look at him, how people are going to view his work. So he's not really, he doesn't care. He's not looking for a public opinion. He's not looking for, you know, people to be obsessing over him. He doesn't want that saying life. He doesn't want any of that. I think where his problem lies is he simply wants to release his music and for his music to just be received. Almost like similar, you could say, well, never mind. But, yeah, it's just like he just wants to release his music, wants to release his videos. He wants people to vibe with it, understand it, and see where he's coming from. And that's pretty much it. Okay. And lastly, I guess I'll pull out a tarot deck and see what's basically the next biggest thing to happen in his life. What's the next biggest things to happen? And ooh, when I see the Hangman in reverse, first of all, it kind of makes me think of again. Well, no, when I see the Hangman in reverse, I feel like it's just like something where, a point where you're not really supposed to be active, and you kind of decide to, almost like leaving the nest too early. And I feel like that's what Bang is doing. And I see the star, so it's almost like he's going to come out with music or come out with something earlier than his intention was to be. Yeah, it's like he does want to get his business and his stuff back on track. So it's like it's going to be one of those things where he pushes himself out of the nest. So he's going to push himself out of the nest to drop something. He is going to eventually get that energetic boost and throw himself into the fire. No, I wouldn't say into the fire. Throw himself out there and drop his music. I'm not sure how it'll be received, or if, it'll be something. Okay. Yeah, he's going to gain some money from it. Whatever he does drop, this is really the biggest thing that's going to happen to him, is he's going to drop something and it's going to be successful, which is really interesting. I'm actually now seeing like a lot of people, you know what I'm seeing? I'm actually seeing a lot more people finding out about who Bang Youngguk is. After the next release, whatever he releases. I don't know if he's really, I actually have to look up to see when the last time he released music was. I know Yamazaki, and I also know there was this other song that he did that was about his mental issues that he dropped. But it seems like the next song that he drops is actually going to get him a lot more attention than he ever thought it would. And that doesn't mean it's going to be, super big, topping charts or anything. I'm not sure about that, but it's going to get a lot more attention than his previous stuff did. It's almost going to be like, whoa, where did these people come from? They weren't here before. You know what I mean? Yeah, Hikikomori was, I think, the last one that I seen him do. I did not know that Yamazaki was actually before that music video. But yeah, so I look forward to seeing whatever it is that he decides to drop. And that's the end of this reading. Guys, let me know who is your bias in BAP? And if Bang Youngguk drops another song, would you be there looking at it or supporting him? Let me know in the comment section below. Once again, if you would like to purchase your own personal reading, hit me up at thelionsandtarot@yahoo.com. As well as if you would like to support me monetarily or get all of these readings ahead of time, you can follow me on Patreon. Or you can actually join the membership below. I do have a special membership. It's limited on Patreon. That's $25 tier, and every month you get a reading shipped out to you, a video reading. So if you're interested in that, let me know. Until next time, guys, I love you all so much. Stay safe, Cubs. Bye.